Hello, welcome back to Angel's Average Art. I'm Angel and today we're going to be doing one of the prompts for Doodlewash June. Today is June 2nd, so we're doing the second prompt, and today's prompt is drinks. I have a few ideas on what I think I'm going to do, so while I open up my sketchbook and get ready to get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Doodlewash is. Doodlewash is similar to Inktober, where you have a prompt every day for the month and you have to draw something related to that prompt. Doodlewash is typically focused around watercolor painting, but it's also just a regular sketching challenge, so watercolor painting isn't necessary. I'm not going to be doing watercolor painting today, simply because I don't have access to my watercolors today. So what I'm going to probably be using to color is my Koh-i-Noor woodless color pencil set. So that is probably what I'm going to be doing. In my sketchbook, I like to do my thumbnails and swatches on the left page and then draw on the right page. So this is the left page and we're going to start swatching. Doodlewash has a sort of challenge every month. I believe this month's theme is Fun in the Sun because it's the first month of the typical summer. So I believe that it's just a month of summer related prompts. The first prompt was Fun in the Sun, no, it wasn't. I'm just thinking about the whole month. The month's prompt is Fun in the Sun. Yesterday's prompt was seashells. So, I drew a conch shell. I'm going to be posting every day in June on my art account over on Instagram. It's just Angel's Average Art. I will link it in the description below. So, this is my first little thumbnail. I kind of really want to go with my first thumbnail. So I might just go ahead and flip the page and start going. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm picturing like a strawberry lemonade sort of drink. Well, I got charcoal on my page because there's apparently charcoal on my desk. But that is alright. It's just a sketchbook. Sketchbooks can be messy. So while I'm just sketching, I'm going to be talking a little bit about plans for the channel. I don't have very many plans for what I want the channel to be. I know I want to make art videos, that's what I'm doing obviously, Angel's Average Art, but I don't really know what kind of videos I want to make. Big inspirations for me are Drawing with Waffles and Draw with Jazza, but if you know anything about those two YouTubers, their videos are very different in style. I also really enjoy Super Ray Dizzle and Chloe Rose Art and artists like Mira Byler. So it's a little bit difficult for me to figure out exactly what I want to do, considering I don't really know what I want to do. I might make a variety of all sorts of videos. So far I've done simply a sketchbook tour and a My Favorite Art Supplies video. The My Favorite Art Supplies video was inspired by one of Echo Gillette's videos, who I love her sketchbook tours, by the way. They're so great. So I have a lot of different inspirations and a lot of different kinds of videos that I enjoy. And I want to make videos that other people can enjoy the same way I enjoyed those YouTubers' videos. But I also don't want to fall into a sort of copycat kind of channel, because I don't want to copy anyone. Any ideas I have are sort of usually inspired, or so far they're things that everyone's done. Like, I don't need to give credit for the idea of a sketchbook tour because literally everyone does a sketchbook tour. I have no idea who the first sketchbook tour video was. So I have like no way of knowing who to credit, because I actually did try and research who the first sketchbook tour video was. I don't really like what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna grab a kneaded eraser. I don't really know who my biggest inspiration is currently. Probably Drawing with Waffles. I love her videos. Sorry, I'm really bad at talking while I'm sketching. So the idea that I have for this prompt, which is drinks, is just a like red strawberry lemonade type drink with a few ice cubes floating in it. I'm not using any references today, simply because I don't feel like it, but usually I get references for what I'm drawing. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a little umbrella type thing. Plans for this channel: once I finish this sketchbook, I'll do a video on my last sketchbook. This one is the bunny book. My last one before this was the penguin book, and then the video I've already done was on the giraffe book, which was my first ever sketchbook that I ever completely filled. I have plenty of empty ones, and so I won't be buying any new sketchbooks for a while, but it's hopefully going to be a lot of fun to have this channel. I haven't uploaded in a little while simply because I didn't really know what to film. I would love to make challenge videos, prompt related videos. The prompt related video, that's what I'm doing right now, is a prompt related video of the Doodlewash June prompts. I might do Doodlewash in every month except for October, because I think I'm going to try and participate in Inktober this year. I didn't participate in Mermaid simply because I wasn't interested in drawing mermaids at all. I'm not big on drawing people or humanoid-esque things simply because I don't think I'm very good at it. But it's something I would like to practice, but delving into something like Mermaid is not the way I want to get started. I think this is our little basic sketch here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of details really quick, and then going to do something that I've seen lots of other artists do, like Waffles and stuff. Take my kneaded eraser and just lightly go over the whole thing before I begin. I might actually ink this. I would love, yeah, I think I'm gonna ink this so it has a sort of illustration vibe. I'm a very basic artist. I'm just gonna ink with an ultrafine Sharpie. That's not a very straight line, but that's okay. No one ever said it had to be. So if you cannot tell what I'm currently drawing, like I said, it's sort of, I'm picturing like a strawberry lemonade type drink with ice cubes and a little umbrella, and I'm picturing it sitting in the sand on the beach because of the Fun in the Sun prompt challenge. So that's what the little textures at the bottom are going to be. It's going to be sand. My inspiration for doing Doodlewash June was actually a fellow small artist, YouTuber, and Instagrammer. Her name is Antoinette Waffles. I'm going to probably link her down in the description below, her Instagram and her YouTube. I really like her videos so far, and I think she's a really great artist. She just did a little Meet the Artist thing on her Instagram, which is really cute. So Antoinette posted on her story on Instagram that she was doing Doodlewash, so I asked her about Doodlewash, and it seems like a lot of fun, so I decided to participate. So I didn't discover Doodlewash on my own. was entirely through Antoinette that I discovered Doodlewash. I think I'm going to draw in little bubbles that I didn't draw in the sketch, just little itty bitty bubbles to make it have like a little busy appearance. So yeah, Antoinette is the reason I'm doing Doodlewash. Antoinette's really great. I love her art videos so far. She did a video where her cat picked her art supplies. I thought it was kind of a funny concept. So yeah, my inspiration for doing Doodlewash is very much from Antoinette Waffles, because I've never heard of Doodlewash, but apparently it's been a thing for a long time. Like, it's not just a June thing, it's every month they have a different prompt list. So I might, depending on how I like doing it this month, I might continue it on. I might continue it on depending on how I like doing it. Oh, I forgot to do this little part. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it, because so far, looking at the prompt list, I'm not the biggest fan of the prompt list, but I looked at some other months, and some other months I really liked the prompt list, so it's probably just a personal preference. Something I know I'm going to do in the year 2020 is I'm going to do a 365 challenge where I draw every day of the year. Is next year a leap year? If next year's a leap year, then it's going to be a 366 challenge. But I don't keep up when the leap years are. So now that I've got it all erased and I've got my little line art, I'm going to take my corner colored pencils and I'm going to open the book to be like this. And I'm going to swatch on my little thumbnail page. And I recently got these colored pencils, but if you look at some of them, the corner colored pencils come in these two little trays, the 24 set, which is the set I have. If you look at some of them, I've used some of them a lot more than others. Like the white is getting diminished pretty quickly, so when I run out of the white, I might buy just a white Prismacolor to replace it. I really like these colored pencils. I like them better than I've liked using Prismacolor. I've only used Prismacolor in an art classroom setting, but so far I've liked these pencils more. Let's see. This is the vermilion pencil, or light vermilion. So I'm probably going to use that for the drink with some... Sorry if you can hear my little clacking of these trays. This is carmine. I'll use those for the drink. These pencils are a little hard to get out of the tray. That's probably my only thing that I would have to say about them that I dislike a little bit. I'm going to use, I think, light blue and sky blue for little bits of shading in the background. And my umbrella is going to be yellow. So maybe I'll have it be the light ochre color, which is just a deeper yellow. I like these yellows, so the umbrella will be like that. And then I think this color palette could use a little bit of neutral brown, so I'm just gonna take this one's just called brown. Yeah, a little bit of brown, and then I'm going to grab green because green is going to be a contrasting and complementary color for this. So I'm just going to take this sap green, and this will complete our palette. So I'm going to take these trays that I have here, set them off to the side, and I'm going to begin coloring. I like to start with the background when I'm coloring because I feel like it helps you to build up if you start in the background and then move to the middle ground and up to the foreground. I started doing it with painting because in watercolor painting, which is my favorite style of painting that I've tried, you have to start in the background and then move to the foreground, because otherwise your when you're doing the background, like if you were to do the background after you did the foreground, there's a chance that you could ruin your foreground. With acrylic painting and these colored pencils and stuff that are pretty opaque, it's not that big of a deal because you can just cover it up. But generally speaking, it's good to just start in the background and move on to the foreground. For this background, I'm just going to do a very light blend of the light blue and sky blue. I'm going to do a little detail on these ice cubes really quick. My art Instagram recently hit around 275 followers, so I'm getting really close to 300. I'm really excited about that. If you're from my art Instagram, I thank you very much for following and being supportive. And if you're not from my art Instagram, I recommend you go check out my art Instagram. I post a lot of my artwork there. Most of my artwork's in my sketchbook, so if you want previews of what you would get in a sketchbook tour video, that is the place to go. I don't post every single thing in my sketchbook simply because I want to keep some things a surprise. But I post a lot of things there, a lot of things that I'm proud of and a lot of things that I'm not proud of. It's just a place to share all of my artwork, and that's where I share a lot of it. There's things that I won't make videos on that I share there. There's things that I think about making videos on, but I end up not, that I share there. So my art Instagram is definitely the place to go if you're wanting to see more of my artwork, because that's where it's all at. I don't do any sort of promotions on Instagram. Instagram has a feature where you can pay to promote some of your posts, so lots of artists do that. I haven't done that. I might do it someday, but I like the idea of just all of my followers coming from just finding me through hashtags or other artists, so I might not promote. My videos on YouTube are not monetized, mostly because I'm a small, as a small YouTuber, you cannot monetize your videos until you're gaining a certain amount of views or subscribers. But I'm not really sure I would ever want to monetize my videos anyway, because I'm not doing this to make money or anything like that. I'm doing it to have fun and share my artwork. One day I might open a Patreon, but I'm not really worried about it. I am 16 in America. I'm old enough to have a job, and I do. I work at Subway, or Subway, as the Odd Ones Out likes to call it. So I do have a job, so I really don't have a need to monetize my content. I'm making money. I don't need the extra money. I'm not the most privileged person, but I do have a lot of privilege to where there's never really a time where I'm needing any extra money. So I don't foresee me monetizing content, but I might do it in the future someday if I ever get that many followers and subscribers, but I really don't think I will. That's not something that I'm expecting, because my pencils just fell, because it's not like I'm like the Odd Ones Out good or anything. I'm just a kid making, which the Odd Ones Out and Jaden Animations and stuff are not that much older than me. They're in their early 20s. I'm 16. So they're really not that much older than me, and they started when they were in their teens. or at least James started posting comics when he was in his teens. Speaking of comics and webcomics, something that I'm interested in doing, and I might actually do with my lovely boyfriend, is we might make a comic on Webtoon. If you would be interested in following our Webtoon comic, let me know in the comments down below, because we're really thinking about it and we've planned out some things and we're gonna start writing it soon and stuff. So if you would be interested in that, let me know, or if you wouldn't be interested, tell me why. It's something that I really would love to do with him. My boyfriend's really great. He's a great writer. He makes he's written a lot of like poems, and his essays and stuff for school are like actually interesting. Like, I would read his essays like just for fun, and I'm not the type of person to do that. So he would be writing the episodes of our Webtoon comic with approval from me, and then I would be drawing the artwork with approval from him. So that's something that we would like to do. Is I'm gonna add a little bit of green to the sand. That's not related to what I was talking about. The Webtoon comic would probably start, if we start it soon, it would probably be up by mid or late June, the first episode. So yeah, the webcomic we were thinking it'd sort of have us as characters in a way, but I'm not gonna say much more than that because I'm gonna keep it a surprise, or just to keep it secret in case we don't actually make it. But yeah, if you'd be interested in a Webtoon comic for me, let me know. I really want to make it. Even if everyone says they'll hate it, I kind of might make it anyway, just because I think it'll be so much fun. That's something I really stand by, is like, you shouldn't ever not make something just because people tell you not to, unless it's like something super controversial, in which case, or like if it's something that you shouldn't make because it's not right or whatever. But if you have an idea and your idea is super fun and there's nothing wrong with your idea whatsoever, and people are just like, I'm not very interested in that, don't do that, don't listen to them. Their feedback is appreciated and stuff, but make what'll make you happy. That's something I struggle with sometimes, but I try to keep that mentality where I don't really focus too much on what other people want. What's important is to focus on what you want, and if what you want is to draw something super crazy or weird, then draw your super crazy or weird thing. I don't see the problem with just exploring your creativity in that sense. I'm almost finished with this illustration. It's not really very good. I'm not too happy with what I'm doing, but I mostly wanted to film this just so I could talk about things I want for the channel and things like that. So that was the purpose of today's video, not to really make high quality art. I never think art has to be high quality for it to be appreciated. Some of my favorite artists probably don't make the most high quality art, but I love their art anyway. This illustration is almost complete, so this would be me completing the second day of Doodlewash June. I'm not going to make a video on every day, obviously. That would be way too stressful, but I will be posting on my Instagram every day. I post almost every day anyway, but this will be me posting a challenge every day with a prompt word, which is definitely new to me. So that is definitely something I would think, if you're interested and you like what I've done today, or if you want to see my more attempts that I tried harder with at doing Doodle Wash Day challenges, then you should definitely go check out my Instagram, which again will be linked in the description below. It's just Angel's Average Art. Something that I don't understand about some artists in the community is they hate these Koh-i-Noor woodless colored pencils because they say they're way too easy to break, but even when I press super hard, I cannot get these pencils to break in half. I actually tried just pressing as hard as I could to see if they would break, and I couldn't get them to break. But for example, Super Ray Dizzle made a video on these pencils, and one of her biggest things with them is that she was like, I'm heavy-handed and these are so easy to break, but I don't really understand how she broke them so easy. Like, I understand that she says she's heavy-handed, but she must really be heavy-handed if she gets these to break that easily. She broke like 2 or 3 of them, I think, and it just blew my mind when I watched it after I bought these, because I've been wanting these pencils for years now, and I just recently got them. So there's that. I'm gonna just go over with my white, just blend it out a little bit. But other than that, this illustration is pretty much complete. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, do dislike it, and then let me know in the comments down below what you didn't like about it. What could I do better? What could make my videos in general better? I would love to improve and make content that people really like. So sorry, I can't talk when I'm writing. This is today's Doodle Wash prompt. It's just a little strawberry lemonade. It's not the best quality, it's very scratchy and not very well blended, but that's not the point. So yeah, if you like this video, do like it. Tell me what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. If you enjoyed this video and are excited for my future content, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I hope to upload more frequently than I have been. And I mentioned earlier in this video all the different kinds of content that I would love to start producing. So, if that is all, this has been Angel from Angel's Average Art with my Doodle Wash number 2 prompt, and thank you for watching. Bye.